34. Wow.
We are here and back. Another episode of Upper Creek with Two Paddles.
Once again.
With your host, I'm Blake.
I'm Austin. Oh, wait.
I did not even mean to do that. That was fully an accident.
We fucked that up.
Episode 34. We are back at Lake Monticello. We're a little bit pushed for time today. It was kind of... We didn't even talk about getting together until like late last night.
I just assumed that we would.
Yeah, but...
We'll figure it out. But I'm hype and somber today.
I've just kind of been in a neutral mood today. Just kind of chill. But why?
Because I was watching the fights last night.
Yeah.
And Alexander Volkanovski fought Ilia Topuria. Just a little bit of background. Alexander Volkanovski has been a very long reigning champion in the featherweight division. He basically beat everybody in the division and then moved up to the next weight class, which is lightweight, to fight the sitting champion, who is Islam Makhachev. So at this point, his last two fights before last night were against Islam Makhachev, and he lost both of them. The first one, he put up a great fight. Went 5 rounds. It was a controversial decision. They could have given it to either fighter. It was a great fight. The second fight was a first round head kick knockout.
Damn. And
that was 2.5 months ago. 3 max. I'm trying to remember. It's 2.5 months. Is right around. He just fought again last night. And Ilia Topuria is a savage, isn't it? First of all, he's got a great name. He's from Spain, and he is Ilia El Matador Topuria. Like, it's just a fucking good, name, son.
So for a fighter, dude,
and
that's
like
a good name.
With him and his accent, when he calls himself El Matador, and he just says it with that fucking that Spanish, like that gusto, that Spanish gusto, like he puts a little flavor on it. Like it's badass. Like I fuck with it, but
seasons it up.
Anyway, this motherfucker is dangerous as fuck. Like he is an absolute savage. Like he just puts people out. Like he's a finisher. Like he finishes people. And he fucking knocked Volk out cold last night. He knocked him out cold.
Damn.
And it's just sad because UFC is one of those sports where you have some of the guys with like the most pride ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Like they're just so prideful. They don't want to go out as the unbeaten champion. They want to stay in that motherfucker.
Right.
And man, when they do that, when these champions do that, and they try to hold it out for longer than anybody to be the baddest, the longest reigning, all that shit, they eventually get caught, man. They eventually get knocked the fuck out. And like,
so was that his first defeat? Like
I said, that was he had been not the last 2 fights were against this last fight were against Islam. It was a decision the first fight. He got head kick knocked out 2.5 months ago.
Okay.
By the same guy, Islam Makhachev. So he got 2.5 months ago, head kick knocked out. He got knocked out by a vicious head kick. And it was like, dude, you're not the same. I've seen that happen to multiple UFC fighters now that I watch like intently. I watch every fight they fight.
Yeah.
And it's like people don't come back the same. Like it's so hard to be the same person. And you know what I've noticed? Especially if it happens in a high-profile fight. Like if it happens in a fight that has a lot riding on it, that is like it's between 2 people that are like, okay, man, like these 2 guys are the fucking guys. Like everybody's watching them. Like it's harder for them to recover after that.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's like a guy who's already taken a couple knockouts and he's like fighting on the undercard and he gets head kick knocked out, he's like, eh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? But like when so much of the fight game is wrapped up in the mental and the confidence,
right, yeah,
and then like that happens to you on the stage where everyone is watching you. Like we all waited this whole card. You know, sure, the other fights were entertainment, but really we're waiting for your fight.
Right.
Like it makes it. It almost feels like it makes it harder for them to come back the same after they get brutally knocked out. Like because it's so much mental.
Right.
Like, and I'm not even sure how much of it they're losing their ability or their damage, their nerve system because
Sure, it's a lot of that.
But like, I mean, a head kick knockout to the dome is basically like taking a baseball bat to the head.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like it would be like if I took a baseball bat and swung it full force at your head.
Yeah. Probably something even like harder than like
because
bones are stronger than steel.
Your leg is an extension of yourself. You can fucking professionals can get that shit fucking moving, son. Like that thing is coming at your head hard, and a shin is hard. A shin is so hard. Like I don't know whether it's probably it has to be a combination of the two. Like the damage from the head kick.
It's definitely a combination of the two.
And that damage to your confidence.
Yeah,
like,
just who's to say which is more devastating?
Yeah, you don't know. Like you can't possibly know.
But dude, just imagine you went down to the bar.
Yeah.
And somebody kicked you in the head and knocked you out. And 3 months later, you were like, I got that dude. I'm coming back for him. Dude, fuck that. Fuck that.
Okay, just to be clear, he didn't come back to fight the same guy who had kicked him knocked out.
Fuck that.
But yeah, no, I see what you mean. Like if you get head kick knocked out, you get knocked out by
balls,
head kick.
man. The ball, it's insane.
I'm taking a year off. I'm not doing nothing that would even remotely come close to damaging my head. Dude. You know what I mean? Like I took a nasty fall on a fucking skateboard a couple years ago. I hadn't fucking skated since.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm exaggerating a little bit here, but like you get my point.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm good, dude. I don't
like the nuts on that motherfucker. Jesus. Yeah, but they're also getting paid.
Yeah, I'd be the type of guy who takes like the first big fight I took, I'd retire.
Yeah,
I'm done.
You get like that milli cut.
Yeah, you get like 1.8 mil. It's just like, all right, I'm out.
I'm gonna start a liquor company.
Yeah, I'll
see y'all
anything else.
I'll see y'all motherfuckers later.
But people with our mentality don't get into the sport. Or at least don't get that far.
Well, for those guys, it's so much more about glory. I feel like there's something
100%.
Like you're just in front of God and everyone, displaying your everything that you have. Like there's something to that too. Like it's not just about the money. Like they're doing it for like glory. Like God is shining His light hard on
100%.
you. You know what I mean? Like
for sure.
That's for sure a part of it. But yeah, okay, so that's why I'm somber, because it's like sad to see these idols of yours get knocked unconscious.
Knock the fuck out.
Like to just totally to a place of like if they wanted you dead, you're done.
Yeah.
Like so, I mean that's tough to watch.
Yeah, that's wild.
But also, I'm excited because I installed my pull-up bar.
Ooh, nice.
With some help, yeah.
You get Caden to make you a metal one?
Yeah, he welded me a so it's basically 10 foot tall, 3 foot wide, so a 3 foot bar at the top, 10 foot post. We dug 3 feet in the ground. It was me, Caden, and Grant. We dug 3 feet in the ground and used some like quick dry cement to set it. Yeah. What we should have done, we put the post in. We started mixing the concrete before we put the post in. Because we dug like 3 feet, like I said.
Yeah.
There was groundwater. Because we got this huge rain.
Yeah.
Like it's super clay, so like groundwater perches up. So we dug 3 feet down, and then like this thing, our hole starts filling. So we just started pouring our concrete in there because there's already water there. You know what I mean? We so we started pouring in. But what we should have done, because it was unlevel, we should have put the post in first.
Right.
Leveled it generally.
Right.
And then poured the concrete.
Yeah.
But we didn't do that. We fucking poured the concrete in first, put the post in. Oh shit, it's unlevel. So we had to wait for it to set up a little bit to like add a little bit of resistance to hold it in a place that was plumb and square. So I just used a weight to like hold it in the right spot. So I'm just waiting for the concrete to set around it now, so it's like not gonna.
Right.
It's gonna be in the right spot. But dude, I'm hyped. I'm so hyped to have that like just right outside my back door.
That's exciting. Yeah, that's nice.
And I know like they make the indoor, pull-up bars.
Yeah. Get outside.
Like I'm so much more motivated to do pull-ups outdoors.
Right.
I don't know why.
For sure, I agree.
Like I don't. There's something about it. Like being in that little doorway with my legs bent just makes me. And it's just not.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's not the same. Like it's not even close to the same.
Plus, on those things, I'm like, God, I constantly feel like I'm about to rip my fucking door frame off. I don't trust that shit.
It damages it.
Yeah.
You're not getting around damaging, like not damaging it.
Yeah, no, the outdoor setup's way better. Dude, springtime's coming. It's going to be nice getting out there, working up a
I don't
sweat on
see
that
how
thing.
people work out indoors, in gyms. I can't
I'm not
tell
a
you the
fan.
last time I worked out in a gym indoors. Like I literally, when I work out, I always do it outside.
If you're talking about like the heat of the summer, I'd rather be in an air-conditioned gym.
Nah, fuck that, bitches.
I get it.
I'm trying to get out of the air conditioning.
I agree. I'd rather be outside, get my vitamin D on my asshole and sweating.
I literally seek heat outside. Like when I walk, like for instance, if they keep it cold in my building at work during the summer, like it's like 67 degrees. And I'll go outside and be like, oh my God, it feels so fucking good. And it's like 95 out there. And I'm like, this is what I like to be. This is the temperature that I like.
I do too.
I like it hot.
But I understand being like, I'm hitting the gym
Yeah, if
today.
you're a bitch.
Fuck it, it's 95.
If you're a bitch.
I'm just saying I get it.
Yeah, no, I'm just fucking.
No, I prefer. I like breaking the sweat. I like the heat of the summer.
Yeah, it helps. It helps get that sweat going for sure.
Man, did you listen to Kanye's new album?
No, I haven't. Is it good?
It's good.
It's good?
Nothing.
Is he pushing some heavy shit or no?
I mean, I don't know. Especially with rap, you got to listen to it a few times to catch all the good lines, the good bars.
Yeah, for sure.
So there definitely could be some lyrics in there that I didn't quite catch.
Right.
That upon further listening will be more impressive to me.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's a good fucking album.
Is it a fun listen? Like it's.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's pretty diverse. It's got some harder songs, some more chill songs, some more R&B style stuff. But I was like, I don't know, maybe I came in with too high expectations, but nothing like blew me out of the water.
Okay, I was just speaking on new rap albums. I want to shout out Killer Mike because I was a huge fan of the album that he just dropped, Michael.
Yeah.
Like, and he just won 3 Grammys off of it. Like I can't remember which ones. I don't watch the Grammys. I never fucking watch them. But I just heard he won 3 Grammys. But the album is fucking good, and I just want to shout that dude out because he doesn't need me to shout him out. I just want to express that I'm a fan of his.
He won a Grammy
because he doesn't need me.
Thanks, Blake.
Yeah, right. I'm just a fan of his because that album fucking slaps, and he's a hardcore Southern man who has good fucking values, and he's trying to help. He's just trying to be a good fucking person, and he's trying to be a good leader. No.
You sure?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure Killer Mike's in trouble for...
Oh, I think he slapped someone up after the Grammys.
Yeah.
I think that was a thing.
Yeah.
I think he did slap somebody.
Slapped the shit out of somebody.
He probably... I don't give a fuck.
heard, but the funny thing
were
is...
they being a motherfucker? Like...
Well, no, I'm not saying... Everybody I've heard tell the story say he was in the right.
Yeah.
But I heard some podcasters joking about it, saying like, damn... He's literally in legal trouble for what Will Smith did on public TV.
I heard that, yeah.
It's like, dude,
it's
fuck.
Fucking ridiculous, yeah. In front of everyone. Yeah, no, that's so stupid.
Okay.
But no, I cheer for Southern men, dude. I really do. Like, he's a fucking dude. And I love Atlanta rap. Like, that's my favorite kind of rap music. Like,
Atlanta and St. Louis are the two fucking
St. Louis,
hubs, dude. Yeah. Huge. St. Louis is huge.
Really?
Because St. Louis for a long time has had a huge jazz and blues influence. Like, yeah, St. Louis is big.
I just think about, like, obviously, I'm a huge fan of 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
Fucking Killer Mike is really good, but he's like slept on. He's not as famous for some reason.
Is Freddie Gibbs from Atlanta?
No, I think he's from Baltimore. I think he's from Baltimore. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's from Baltimore.
I'm a little naive on that.
But yeah, dude. Then you got the Migos. You got fucking Lil Yachty. Does he count? Yeah, he counts. He's from Atlanta. Dude, you got a bunch. I love the rap.
Lil Yachty's from Atlanta.
Yeah, he's from Atlanta.
I fucking love Lil Yachty.
Yeah, he's fun.
I was watching some videos the other day of how like Lil Yachty and Tyler the Creator are 2 artists who just completely got like dismissed by the hip hop community, and now they're like the only ones like fucking pushing the game.
Wait, who? Lil Yachty and who?
Tyler the Creator.
Oh, okay.
Like Lil Yachty, everybody when he was coming up, everybody gave him shit because they told him he didn't take hip hop seriously, and he didn't like pay respect for the path that was paved in order for him to have the success he has.
Lil Yachty?
Yeah, and there was like a few interviews where This dude's like coming at Lil Yachty, like, I just want you to respect, everybody who came before you and laid out this path to allow you to have this career and make the money. You just got to show respect for that and show respect for the game. And Lil Yachty's just like, bro, chill. But it's funny, like,
he's like, who I work with, right? Like,
it's funny how so many people complain about
Young Thug out of Atlanta, another one.
Yeah, 21.
21. Well,
was he Atlanta?
Yeah, he was raised in Atlanta, but he is from the UK.
Oh yeah, I feel like I knew that.
But I think he came from a young age.
But
he grew up in Atlanta.
It's funny how so many people complain about certain genres stagnating,
right?
And then the people who are not following the same trends and the same path and just doing what they enjoy doing, like Yachty and Tyler, like they get told that they're weird and their music's never going to take off because they're not following the mainstream of hip hop. But then the people who are telling them that their music's weird are the same ones who are complaining because the fucking genre's stagnant and not moving forward.
That's an interesting point.
And now the people who were doing their own thing back in the day and got dismissed are the ones pushing the fucking genre.
That can probably be applied to a lot of things.
Yeah, it's just funny. I don't know. I was watching a few videos about that.
Future, there's another one out of Atlanta. Atlanta, come on now.
Metro Boomin.
Atlanta.
He was from St. Louis.
Oh, was he? Okay.
When he was, before he was old enough to drive, his mom was driving him to Atlanta to hook up with rappers to make beats. And then Metro Boomin got a really cool story. So yeah, from St. Louis, started going down to Atlanta to meet up with artists before he was even old enough to drive. Wanted to go to college to improve his craft, but his production was so in demand that he had to drop out of college because he was missing opportunities by trying to be in college.
Missing out on millions of dollars, you mean?
Was missing out on millions of fucking dollars trying to go to college and do what was right. And he's like, fuck, I guess I'm dropping out, dude. Yeah. Money's knocking, son.
He's paying some college to learn some shit that he already knows. Meanwhile, he's just that's funny.
God, dreams. Fucking I'm still holding on to my dreams. One day we'll get there.
Yeah, college is one of those things that so many people just want because of what it stands for.
Yeah.
And they just want to be in a particular club. Like, I'm in this club. I went to college.
Fuck college.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want Jackson to be a fucking builder, dude. I want him to learn how to like build a bunch of cool shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell him to like study under like a contractor. and then like after you make some money, if you want to go to school and learn more about like the specifics, like not the specifics, but like the hardcore, you can advance your education after you learn. Yeah. Like if you for instance, like I learned more about geology on my first 2 years, or in my first 6 months on the job at ARM than I did in 2 years at getting my master's at Clemson. Like it wasn't even comparable. Like I learned so much more about what is valuable in terms of my profession and what I need to know in the first 6 months of my job than I did in 2 years at Clemson. So like I want to express that to him is like the knowledge that you get in the classroom is not any better than the knowledge that you can get pursuing something that is valuable.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Like
hell yeah.
Like we've already kind of talked about this and broke this down before, but yeah, I'm not going to pressure him to go to college, especially if it's going to require him to put himself in debt. Like that is ridiculous.
Dude, it sucks. It's the dumbest fucking system.
It's ridiculous. And I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to push him to go to college. Like, it's just, like, if he wants to, that's great. And if it doesn't, and he doesn't put himself in massive debt, that's do it.
Yeah, go to fucking community college.
Yeah, but it's almost like if he wants to go to Clemson and put himself in $80,000 worth of debt, I'd be like, dude, don't do it.
Nah, don't.
I would tell him not to. I would tell him not to. Even though
Find another avenue.
Even though I want him to go to Clemson, like it'd be cool for him to go to Clemson. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
The experience of college is fun, but it's not worth the debt.
And that's what you pay for. Like because you could go to a 4-year school that isn't Clemson, that doesn't have Division I football that everybody wants to go to, and it's like a quarter of the price.
Right.
You could do that.
Yeah.
But you want to go to Clemson because of the name.
Yeah.
Because of all the bitches. You know what I'm saying? Because all like everything that comes along with it.
Yeah.
All the city, like the big everything. Like you're paying that premium price for that. I almost see it more as a product. You know what I mean? If you frame it in a like the product, like what value, like what are the like if you're going for value, what would you go for? You probably wouldn't go for the same degree that will get you the same job at 4 times the price. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been kind of annoyed. I've been thinking a lot about debt this week, so I don't want to harp on that.
Oh, did you find out? Did you find out what happened to your power bill?
No, I didn't.
Was it right?
I've just ignored it ever since that day.
If they need it, they'll come find it. Fuck them, dude.
I made the adult responsible decision to ignore my problems.
I did hear that Duke Power basically doubled the price per unit of power.
I suppose. I mean, that would make sense.
Because of the power necessity right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, do you know there's a bridge? The bridge is out on 215.
What?
No, I had to take a detour.
You talking about coming over the Broad River from Carlisle into Chester?
No, after you get if you leave Carlisle and you know how you'll veer right at that little old like gas station to get on 215, or like you're still on 215, but like leaving Carlisle,
right.
you cross the Broad, and then there's a little like veer to the right.
Yeah.
It's right after that. It's a bridge
Sandy
on that
River.
road.
Sandy
Yeah.
River.
Bridge is
Sandy.
out.
Is it Sandy? Yeah, I think it's
I think so.
It's Sandy River.
Yeah. It is, because I also crossed over that on the how I got here anyway. Yeah, fuck, bridge is out. Detour is like, luckily coming to Monticello, the detour wasn't too crazy, but like it's a solid like. A few extra minutes, man.
What an inconvenience.
I was trying to think of
wonder
like,
what happened to the bridge.
Because Brett was like, dude, I took the detour. It was like an hour. I'm like, well, no, if you went the way I just went, it was hardly a detour. It was like an extra maybe 10 minutes. It was not bad at all. So I don't know why I said that. Just because Brett was like, yeah, dude, it's a hell of a detour. And I was like, oh, okay. It actually wasn't. It wasn't bad at all. But I didn't take the actual detour. I'll hit like a back road and did like a shortcut through the detour. So maybe if I followed the actual like signage for the detour, it would be a longer detour.
Right. Sometimes they divert you around like smaller streets. So
well, also a lot of it's for trucks.
Traffic. Right. That's
for
a good
big
point.
trucks who need that detour for 215, so they're not going to take the detour through
or like a small shitty road.
Tiny little back roads.
Yeah. I love South Carolina roads, dude. That's one of the things I love about South Carolina is our highways and how you can just get off on some fucking road and just.
I thought you were talking about the quality of the road.
No, well,
the fuck are you living?
We're getting better. Our highways are good. Like 176 from Union to Columbia is good. It's a good road.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's freshly paved.
There's a lot of bad ones.
There's a lot of fucking bad ones.
A lot of bad. I mean,
but that's part of the endearment. You got to go slow. Slow down, fucker. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, I don't want to get back on all the same bullshit we always complain about.
What are we complaining about?
I was just thinking about fucking road rage and traffic. It's like, why are you speeding up on my ass, motherfucker?
So I have been experimenting with a hypothesis to make my road rage less.
All right, hit me.
And to alleviate some stress on my drives to and from work. Okay. So you don't probably deal with this problem as much, but when I drive into work, it's basically the kind of traffic that's like bumper to bumper at 65. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, have I already talked about this with you?
I don't think so.
Okay, so bumper to bumper at 65, which is like the most dangerous fucking traffic you can drive in, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's tense. Everybody's trying to get to work in the morning. It's 3 lanes of bumper to bumper 65 every morning when I'm going to work and from work, and it's about 10 miles. So I know exactly what lanes to take to and from work to minimize any... I need to get over here.
Right. Right.
I've eliminated all that shit.
The last minute decisions.
Right, because I know I just do it immediately and I get in the lane. So when I get onto the interstate, I immediately get all the way into the fast lane first of all. Because first of all, traffic is slow, so I'm not going to have a hard time keeping up with the flow of traffic. I'll just go fast enough to be in the fast lane.
Right.
So I'll go fast enough to where I'm passing on my left side in the farthest lane to the left, so in the fast lane. So I'm passing cars on my right side. However, in front of me, I'm allowing minimum 10 to 15 car lengths. Way more space than necessary. I'm not following close, but I'm matching the speed of that car.
Right, right.
But I'm not on their ass. Like I'm like many car lengths away.
Right.
So if there was a car that wanted to come get in front of me, it would be easy.
Yeah, plenty of room.
Not even like easily. So I'm still going the same speed, but what I've created is a traffic bubble. And my goal of the traffic bubble is in stop and go traffic, never to touch the brakes. Because anytime I touch the brakes, I am not utilizing my energy
efficiently
at maximum capacity. Because if I have to touch my brakes, I'm taking something away from the gas. Like I'm taking away from the gas that I've
You're
already
turning
put
your
in.
momentum into heat.
Exactly. So that's my goal. As many car lengths as possible in the fast lane. Never touch the brakes. That's my goal. And if I can do that, I will stop all of that bullshit that happens behind me when people have to slam on brakes from fucking going too fast and following too close.
Yeah.
So this traffic bubble is an experiment and thought that I am gifting to humanity. I'm gifting it to the traffic of Columbia. I'm trying to make it better by starting with myself.
And most assholes probably see the car lengths in front of you like, go!
This fucking idiot! Dude,
why is there that much space in front of you?
I can't tell you how many people pass me to occupy now.
Yeah.
Now they've occupied there. It's literally
you're going the same speed. You're going the same exact speed. I'm just mitigating the risk of rear-ending some motherfucker when they slam on brakes inevitably.
And I'm trying to make your life easier so you don't have to constantly stop, go,
right,
stop, go.
You're controlling the flow of traffic behind you by having the buffer zone.
Via the traffic bubble.
The traffic bubble.
That's my principle.
No, I do not. I don't encounter any roads where I got to drive that thoughtfully about people around me.
I'm telling you, I've tried to break it down to a science.
My method lately has just been stay in the slow lane.
I love that method. I fucking love it.
I just hop in the slow lane. I cruise at 50-5.
You've minimized
and I have
so
no stress.
much issues.
I have no stress.
So many issues are minimized. That was my strategy for a long time.
Just stay in the slow lane.
That was my strategy for a long time. But the issue is with that in the morning, it turns my 20-minute drive into a 35-minute drive. If I stay in the slow lane,
especially on that type of traffic, because there's people constantly pulling in and out of the highway,
taking exits.
Yeah. With mine, it's like, leave your house 5 minutes earlier and stay in the slow lane.
Right.
First of all, your mood
so much
once
better.
You get to work is so much better than the fucking rage.
You don't feel like you just spend the last 45 minutes fighting for your life?
It's so frustrating.
When you fight for your life on the way to work every morning? God, have mercy on my soul. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I've been really putting a lot of thought into this traffic bubble idea.
So when we inevitably get to autonomous vehicles, everybody will have their own traffic bubble.
Basically.
And the cars will just follow the fucking rules.
Yeah.
Do you think when we have autonomous vehicles, there'll be an option to put it into like aggressive mode?
I think that already is an option. Like you can set how many car lengths you're comfortable.
Yeah, I've heard that. But no, I've heard like
you can tell like, hey, always stop 5 car lengths away. Never get within 5 car lengths. Or you can say like, hey, never get within 3 car lengths. You can set that preference.
Well, I've heard that.
I'm pretty sure with Teslas you can do that.
I've heard with Teslas, if you just throw on the blinker, it'll automatically merge lanes for you. I've heard some people say that if you put it in the aggressive mode, it'll just more aggressively try and make lane changes. It doesn't necessarily change the car length in front of you. But I don't know, because aggressive mode on an self-driving car when there's still regular drivers on the road would be different than aggressive mode when it's all self-driving cars, I would think.
Right, because if they were all self-driving cars, they'd be communicating with each other.
Right.
And they could be like, hey, this car, which honestly is a good idea. Like, if like, let's just say, for instance, you have to give up all your freedom.
Or what if there's levels?
I'm sorry, but let's just say that it was a good thing that everybody gave up their freedom. One of the benefits would be like, hey, there's a wreck on the interstate. We need to get fire trucks and ambulances there immediately. We're going to basically direct your car in the most efficient way possible to get help there as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Same thing if you put your car, if you were like, hey, I have an emergency, I need to get to the hospital immediately, and you were able to tell your Tesla that, and it told all the other fucking Teslas that, and everyone was just like out of your way.
Yeah.
Like, that would be fucking sick.
Or what if there's like
But then every asshole that fucking, thinks their time is more important than everybody else's,
they're gonna type into their Tesla, my wife is pregnant.
Yeah, every morning.
So there's got to be like a vetting
every
process.
morning on the way to work.
Your wife has had 3 children in the past 2 weeks. I don't think this is right.
Right.
So there's got to be some type of proof. But what if there's just a scale from leisure to aggressive? From like leisure is a 1, aggressive is a 10, and you can just set the pace you want your car to go. So if you set your aggression for your driving at 7 or above, it's going to prioritize the fast lane for you.
Right.
If you're from a 3 to a 6, you're going to be in the middle lane. And if you're at full leisure mode, it's just going to let you cruise in the slow lane. And then say there's a 7, there's somebody who's got it set to a 7 in the fast lane, and a person that's set to a 9 or a 10 comes up behind them. Then your Tesla's just going to automatically go to the middle lane, let the more aggressive setting go fast, and then get you right back at what, dude.
There are, I agree.
That's a huge benefit.
There's so many perks to this autonomous driving thing. But yeah, that's an interesting point. Like, how would you? Because we drive with various intensities, right? Depending on the situation. Like, how would you put that into the car? Like. You know what I mean? Like, I
think the scale's a good idea, but then again, it's like, if all the cars are just communicating, they should all be driving as aggressively as possible.
Some people's baseline is a motherfucking 7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, some people are at 1 all the time.
Dude, I think there's so many people who, like, their baseline is aggressive driving, who never take 1 second to think, like, oh, why am I doing this?
No. I've driven with plenty of people who I'm like, dude, are you fucking okay? You don't need to do this.
Yeah. And it's like, oh,
I've driven with plenty of people like that.
Like, somebody will fucking jolt around you, run right up on the car beside you's ass, and then have to slow down because they were going slower than they thought.
I love when that happens.
And then immediately they're like, you can see them like waiting for a gap to get back in the other lane.
I try to make it happen. When I'm in the fast lane and I'm passing at an appropriate speed, and like I'm coming up, and then I'll literally not try to cut them off, but like I try to like make
them
so
question their decision.
Yeah, exactly. Like, make them like, hey, like, buddy, slow.
It's like, hey, you asshole, fucking take
down.
a chill pill for a second. You're gonna get there. You're like, dude. Just like the math question that we talked about it in like episode 3 or whatever, where I'm like, if a car's going 70 and a car's going 80, how many miles do you have to travel for the 80 mile an hour car to be 5 minutes ahead of the 70 mile an hour car?
Right,
dude. First, you can't even if you're on the interstate and the speed limit is 70. Your commute has to be 50 fucking miles for you to even make up a couple minutes by speeding.
Right.
That's not even talking about that's just physics.
Yeah.
That's not even talking about your stressors or being relaxed and enjoying the drive. That's just physics. So just take a fucking breather and stop being such an asshole.
I think a lot of people's bodies are just ruled by cortisol, like most of the time. Like most of the time, people are just like so stressed out that they literally haven't experienced a moment of peace in probably like that exists. And
they don't even realize
a lot of people. Yeah, they don't. That's the sad thing. They probably don't even realize it.
Yeah, you're just on autopilot, fucking all of the time. That's something I actively try to not let myself do.
It's like in my house, like when there's a moment of like, there's no TVs on, the lights are dim, and like you know what I mean? Like nobody's really talking. We're just like, in those rare moments. You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh my God, this is nice. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my like
Dude,
the
speaking of those
quiet,
moments.
dim light, like nothing obtrusive in my, like, you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
like, oh,
Speaking of those
it feels
moments,
so good.
this past week I've stopped having my phone in the shower. You know, like
you take your phone in the
like
shower?
play a music, or like
okay.
I'll throw on a YouTube video just to, like, you know, just
Sure.
to have it on the background while I'm showering.
So you can lollygag in the shower?
Not lollygag, just to distract my brain from thinking. I don't like that. I don't like abstract thoughts sometimes. I need distractions.
In the shower. Yeah.
But recently I have stopped doing that, and it's been nice. It's been so peaceful.
Right.
Like I'll
That's
actively,
what I'm saying. Like when you choose
Yeah.
to just turn the TV off and sit
yeah,
in
like
quiet.
I'll be watching like YouTube shorts or distracting myself with my phone, and I'll be like, I need to take a shower, and I'll actively be like, no, phone on the counter, no music,
Yeah.
no fucking
That's kinda
background
what I'm
noise.
saying. That's
I'm
kinda what I'm
intentionally wanting to be in the quiet for
Just
like,
quiet,
you know,
yeah.
20 minutes.
Quiet, dark, man.
Dude, I took like a 40-minute shower yesterday. It was so nice.
What the fuck?
It was so nice.
No wonder your power bill's so high. You're
I don't
running
pay my water.
It's not, yeah, that's good. At least you got the
hot water
it's
heater.
Just the power, yeah, it's just the power. But
It was so
That's
nice,
funny.
dude.
that's funny.
You know it's a good shower when, as soon as you're ready to get out, you feel the tinge of cold water seeping through because you're running out of the hot water. And it's just like perfect timing. You just get the last bit of suds off, and you can tell you're running out of hot water. It's like, yes, perfect.
It really is great for my muscles in the morning.
It's so nice.
Like when I get up in the shower just helps loosen me up in the morning. I don't feel right unless I start my day with a shower sometimes.
I've been preferring a night shower lately.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Usually I'm a more, I like,
That's
you know.
deep. The morning shower one is deeply grooved in my fucking brain.
Yeah, yeah.
Like-
A morning shower is nice, but I'll be so nasty after work sometimes.
Yeah, that's the only issue is
Yeah.
if you have, when you come home nasty, that's the only
Yeah.
issue.
But
Dude, my stepmom used to crucify me because I would come home after soccer or football practice and I wouldn't
not shower.
I wouldn't shower. I would shower the next morning. And, you know, you'd walk in my room, it would just
God.
smell like a fucking stank pit because I'm just like a 15-year-old boy who probably forgot to put on deodorant this morning, who didn't take a shower after soccer practice. And now in retrospect, I look back on that and I'm like, she was right. I hate it, but she was right.
Yeah, it's healthy for you.
Yeah, it's probably better to just take a shower. Just take a shower.
Well, no, I was saying it's healthy for you to live in the stink.
Oh, it's healthier, you think?
Yeah, get those natural oils.
Sure.
It's good for you.
Yeah.
You know.
So is MRSA.
Yeah. You're not going to secrete MRSA with your own sweat.
Oh yeah, no, you do actually. If you have it, you do.
Well, if you
Yeah.
have it, that's a different problem you have. You're not worried about sitting in your sweat after soccer practice if you have MRSA. That's a different
Bro,
issue.
have you been seeing this whole hubbub about the fungus that's been going around?
I have not.
Is this whole every time I get on my news feed, I see something about a fungus.
I have.
And okay, so you know soft white underbelly, dude? You know soft white underbelly?
Yeah, you mentioned every single episode since you first
bro.
brought it up. Yes.
Dude, fucking this is how I keep my ear to what the fuck is happening.
I know it sounds a good show.
Because sometimes this is what I've noticed. It's like he interviews these people that are basically at the bottom level of our society.
Right.
And basically they give me insight into what I can expect. You know what I mean? Because lots of times, like especially with these cities like LA, New York, San Francisco, like they kind of set the tone, right? And then like all these other cities in the United States, like in some ways just kind of like follow in their footsteps in a lot of ways. So it's not like I'm expecting everything to happen the same, but it's almost like, and also what they give, those people give me insight into an aspect of society that I don't have access to. So they give me
I get that.
information, right? Like they give me valuable information about the world that I live in, and like how, because these homeless people live everywhere. Like there's homeless people in Colombia. There's drug addicts in Colombia.
Yeah.
There's streetwalkers in every major city. So like they're going to have a lot of the same issues and things that happen to them.
Right.
But dude, a lot of them have been talking about these from Skid Row. They've been talking about this parasite, and it's multiple people who have mentioned this, and I'll watch a lot of these people from Skid Row that talk about it. So many of these drug addicts, they happen around their ankles. It's like a bacteria that like starts as an open wound and like eats at your skin and in your flesh until it gets to your bones. And it's just so you'll have this huge open wound. And these drug addicts, they're on fentanyl. They don't go to the fucking hospital. They got their fix. They don't need to move. They're good. And they're just like there's this parasite going around.
Well, maybe
around this community, and I think that's what I keep seeing this fungus talk. I think it's
okay.
I'm trying to put these pieces together.
Yeah, I get what you're
because this
saying.
is a real issue that's happening in not just one city. It's happening in both San Francisco, L.A. Like it's a problem.
Here's my first thought.
Around. Okay, and there's this. They say it's a flesh-eating bacteria.
Here's my first thought.
And let me mention one more thing. Researchers are coming and giving these people $100 to sample their skin to try to figure out what's going on.
Good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Good.
Okay, anyway, go ahead.
That way they can go get more fentanyl and forget about their skin condition.
Exactly.
If this is only really popping up in those marginalized communities,
I don't know where all it's popping up.
perhaps if they were the type of people that would go get it checked out when they began seeing symptoms, it'd be easily treatable.
But I think the issue is
Like I'm saying, for people like me and you,
source.
maybe it's not that much of a concern.
Yeah, but me and you, we go out, we get open
yeah, but if
cuts
I
on our
get,
hands.
if I notice that an open wound is getting larger,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go to the fucking doctor.
You're gonna take care of it. Yeah, I get it.
You know?
Yeah, I get you.
If those people, if the fucking homeless guy on fentanyl gets the flu,
No, the fentanyl keeps you from getting sick. That's what they say. It's dude. You
I
think
thought that was crack.
You think I'm lying, but dude,
No, I don't think you're lying. I believe it.
a lot of these people are like, at this point, I think the fentanyl's keeping me alive.
But I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm sure it could be a concern if it's this new fungus popping up, but like,
why am I seeing it on my news feed that comes to the average white collar American working in a fucking office? Why are they alerting everybody to that? Why are they alerting everybody to that then? To this increasing fungal infection that infects your skin.
I don't want to say the word, but there's a term for what the news does.
Okay, you're right. They got me.
Scare the populace.
They could get me. And I'm not saying the news source made the connection between this issue that's going on with the homeless population and this illness. I'm not saying that I made that connection.
Right.
They didn't make that connection. I was just,
yeah, it's interesting. I'm curious
it's odd.
to know,
It's fucking
what
odd.
it is, what it's stemming from. Is it,
in my mind, in a population of people who are very unhealthy, a flesh-eating bacteria or fungus going around is not that far out of the realm of possibility at all.
No, not at all.
Like the way they live, I mean, it kind of is, you're asking for it a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't shower for weeks. You know,
I mean,
you don't have access to basic hygiene
to no fault of their own. But
I don't know about that. But
I said for some of them. A lot of those guys don't choose to be in that situation.
Oh, you're fucking. That's for sure. Yeah.
So
a lot of them have fucked up parents. Too.
Well, this is going to be a little bit shorter of an episode.
Where are we at?
We got about 12 more minutes.
Okay.
But I wanted to take a second to bust your balls because my ass is hurting. Blake fucking forgot the chairs. So now we're just sitting here on this hard ass fucking ground, leaning against these hard ass fucking trees.
Might be.
The one thing you have to. What if I would have forgot something, Blake?
Yeah, literally the only thing.
The only thing you have to bring
that I would have contributed to this whole setup. I didn't even fucking bring it. Just forgot it.
It's all good.
I brought some water though.
Now, a few weeks ago we were talking about sunning our assholes.
Yes.
Today we are grounding our assholes.
Yes. Grounding, very important. Very important. Apparently, it helps the membrane potential of your blood cells to help detoxify.
What?
That's what grounding is good for. It helps you balance the surface polarity of your cells so that your cells don't clump together, because they have a very active membrane potential. So they sort of repel each other. So there's more surface area to disperse of toxins. That's the way I've heard it explained. I don't know if it's right or not.
Just because you're
you're basically
grounding
basically
electrically.
Yeah, you're dumping electrons into the earth, and you're exchanging energy in a way that polarizes your cells.
Well, yeah, no, I understand what it means to be grounded in the electrical sense.
Right.
But I don't necessarily agree that the rubber soles of my shoes are going to stop that from already happening.
I think they definitely do.
I'm touching shit all the time.
That's concrete. Like,
no.
You'd have to touch earth with your bare skin.
But you get grounded every time you touch something that is grounded. You are getting grounded.
But I think that's my point. Is that a lot of if you live in a city, you walk with your rubber. First of all, your rubber shoes definitely keep it from.
No, yeah, I agree with. I'm saying I'm touching shit all the time.
So if you walk out of your house, it's made out of wood and plastic. It's not grounded. You walk out of house with your shoes on concrete to your car, get in your car, get out of your car, go inside the building, go to work. You're not. A lot of people never fucking ground. You might, but
I don't know. I'm just saying, for instance, if I'm in Lowe's and I touch the fucking metal beam that's holding up the stock shelves, that is being grounded.
If that beam is set in concrete, it's not grounded, dude.
What are you talking about?
Because unless the earth is touching that pole.
The earth is fucking touching the foundation of Lowe's.
But if it's if there's a concrete base, the concrete doesn't conduct
First of all,
electricity.
all buildings are grounded. That's how electricity works.
The electricity system is grounded.
You've never
not the building. They're on a concrete foundation.
But dude, what if I'm walking and I go to touch the metal beam and it shocks me? That was me discharging. That was me. I just grounded myself.
I guess that's true.
That's my point. Just because it's not going directly into the earth.
Some are, but yeah.
What I'm getting at is I understand electrically maybe the potential benefit of grounding. But what I'm getting at is maybe bare feet on the fucking dirt isn't the only way to accomplish that.
No,
is all I'm saying.
It's definitely not the only way.
That's my point, is that every time you get shocked by something, you just grounded.
Right.
That's what that is. You're discharging the positive or negative charges, the static charge that you have.
I think this thing that happens with your blood cells is an instantaneous thing. It's you know how your phone charges? It takes time, right? It's just a similar sort of thing, I think. It's not just immediate, all your blood cells are...
No, I know that.
You know what I mean? It's more extended periods of time grounding that people miss out on. I think that's...
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Do you do what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but as far as the medical properties of it, I don't think it's that logical.
I don't think you know.
I'm admitting that. I have no fucking clue. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
With the way you just explained it, I don't think prolonged contact with my feet into the earth is going to help the charge of my blood cells become more neutral.
I don't think that is disputed. I think they can demonstrate that with experiments. I think they have.
I just don't believe it.
That's kind of weird, but okay.
No, I'd read the studies.
No, I mean, you can look up. Yeah. Sure.
But I'm saying I'd like to know more about how those experiments are conducted.
Right.
Well,
the way
who are they fucking?
I think
carried out.
If you had a microscope, you could do it, because the way you would do it is, say you wake up, you haven't been grounded for 24 hours, let's say, and your blood cells are all clumped together. Your red blood cells are all clumped together because they've lost their surface potential. You can get some of your blood, put it on a sheet, and see that they're all clumped together.
Yeah.
Go outside, ground your feet for let's say 20 to 30 minutes. Come back inside, get another sample of your blood, and see if they're clumped together. That's a relatively simple experiment.
You don't think the fact that you walked outside and got your blood flowing and moving and warmed up could also have the same effect on your blood?
All right, well, I'm not saying that you're moving around for 20 minutes. I'm saying, let's just say that you sit for 20 minutes outside on the ground. I'm not saying that it was a cardiovascular
I'm just curious.
exercise.
I would like to see more. I'd like to know more about the studies.
I hear you.
Listen, I'm fucking skeptical.
Yeah, I believe
I'm not going to take anybody's word for shit.
No, I believe
also, who conduct the studies?
Yeah, but
fucking Barefoot Shoe Company? Who conducts these studies?
But to be honest, all the barefoot shoe companies have rubber soles. It doesn't matter.
I know.
You still have to take your shoes
That's more
off
about
anyway.
just the form of your foot than grounding.
Yeah. I don't think anybody would really...
But that was just an example.
Who would make money off telling you to go outside with your bare feet?
I'm just saying, you gotta be skeptical about that type of shit.
I like free shit that's gonna help me out. Like, so if I hear something that's free is gonna help me out, I'm like, yeah, let's do that.
I do too, but I'm just saying, I take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds like a crock of bullshit.
It doesn't to me. Like, I can picture that. Like, I can picture how that would have an effect on your blood cells. Like,
I don't know.
I can definitely imagine that.
I don't follow it quite as much.
No, I don't.
I don't know. I mean, if I saw the studies, I would absolutely, if it was foolproof and made sense, I'd believe it. I'm not discounting it. I'm just saying from my current knowledge and how you've explained it, I call BS.
I will say that I think that there was a reason that when I was telling you that when I was falling in love with kettlebells and exercising and working out outside, there was something about barefoot.
Yeah.
That took it. Like, I'm not trying to bullshit just because we're having this conversation.
No, I believe you.
Like, I preferred bare feet working out with a kettlebell in grass.
All right, so let me.
Anything.
I think I can explain my perspective better.
Like, even if I had the same grass,
I would like
same
to
spot,
know,
and it was perfect. Like, I would prefer it with shoes to no shoes.
I would like to know. With that being said, I would like to know what other variables were ruled out during this test, during this experiment. Because what if, placebo is very strong?
Fair.
What if you just know that it feels good to touch the earth and there's something else about that relationship that's making your blood cells not as clumpy? Like, how do we know it's static discharge?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not discounting that there was an experiment and these were the results. I just want to know how hard they went into the like I know that it feels good to walk outside barefoot, but is that in my head because I've heard it feels good? Is that because the grass feels good on my toes? Is that because there's this natural connection with the earth that we have? Is it static discharge and grounding? Like, that's my point, is like, I need to know more. I'm not going to completely dismiss it, but before I completely believe it, I need to know more. But no, I'm the type of person, if you show me evidence of something, I'll change my mind. I'm not going to, I'm not an asshole who's going to argue a point to where you show me evidence to the contrary, and I just still argue my point.
No, I'm listening. I follow you.
I'm just saying, I feel like that's going to be, it's more hard.
There's a lot at play here.
Yeah, I think it's more hard.
What else is going on?
Like you're saying, walk outside, wake up, look at your blood cells under a microscope, walk outside, stay grounded for 20 minutes, come back, look at your, how many other things happen in that 20 minutes?
What if it was nothing? What if you were just sitting there?
But I'm saying still, what if the fact that you were outside is what did that to you? What if it was sun exposure? What if it was
could be.
Like, you would have to block off, you'd have to get in a blackout tent
you have to
that's
isolate, isolate a lot of variables.
And those variables will be kind of complicated to isolate because you got to take the sun out of it. You got to take fresh air exposure out of it. Like, what if it's about having the fresh air of outside versus inside?
So what I'm hearing is we should just follow our instincts. If it feels good to take your fucking shoes off and walk around, you should do it.
I don't need the science to tell me what feels good.
I know when I'm working
that's a great
out
point.
outside in the sun and my feet are grounded and I feel good and I feel like I should be doing that. I should probably be doing it.
Yeah. And that's kind of what, I felt like I didn't want to come off as oh, that's stupid. I more meant I want to know more about it because I don't think it's just down
probably
to electrical
as simple as that.
Grounding. I don't think it's that simple. I think there's a lot of factors at play.
Probably right.
But I don't disagree that it yes, getting outside and getting your feet connected to the ground or
just
your
by
skin.
The nature of the universe,
feels good.
Just by the nature of how things work. There are so many different things that have to be involved for that connection to happen. There has to be multiple variables.
That's just where I'm thinking specifically electrically grounding yourself to the earth. That does not make sense to me. That specific thing helps get static electricity out of your blood cells to keep them from clumping as much.
People sleep in beds and they make pads that are specific.
Grounding pads. Yeah. I've heard of this.
They make beds that do it for you.
I don't know. I'm good.
I don't have one.
I'm good. I'm not that concerned.
I don't wake up full of static, so I think I'm
No,
all right.
I don't. I don't wake up and go fucking touch the kettle to make my coffee and get shocked. I'm fine. I'm neutrally.
But that being said, there are some things in your body that you can't perceive that have
Yes.
long-term effects.
Yes, that is true.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I disagree with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
All right.
we'll go ahead and wrap it up.
Seems like a good spot to end it.
Sorry, this one was a little bit short. We probably did like 50 minutes. Maybe a little closer to an hour. Maybe we were like 55. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to another episode. Once again, I'm Blake.
And I'm Austin.
See you guys next week. Thank
All
you.
right, we're out.